Okay. So before we go to the question, risk is probability into impact. When we talk avoiding is making probability zero or impact zero. So when you make probability or impact one of them zero, automatically everything else becomes zero, right? So that is avoiding the risk. Mitigate, when you cannot make probability zero, you try to decrease the probability or impact, right? You try to decrease the probability or impact, which will overall decrease the risk. Okay, that is mitigation. Probability decrease. Transfer, you buy insurance and give it to third party, and they are responsible to handle that. Whereas acceptance, you just document the risk and you wait for the risk to happen, and then you take action accordingly. Okay, you are traveling back to your home country, you know that due to Eid there will be too much crowd, and you decided to reach 1 hour earlier. When you reach airport, you are happy to find out that you are right, airport was overcrowded. Your plan has proven successful to handle which strategy. So my plan became success. I minimized that risk. Okay, but it could have happened that I could be overloaded into that, right? So this is not avoiding. I did not accept it, did not transfer it. It is mitigation. Which document you will update first? Guys, put this as a pet rule. Whenever the question says first, you see the word first here. This means problem has happened. Problem has happened. Which document you will update first to avoid this problem in future? Okay. Now the problem has happened, right? The problem has happened. What is the first thing to do? That is the most important keyword here. Again, the question revolve around keywords. If you can control your keywords, you can control your question. You are traveling back to your home country from Dubai. You know that from your past experience, due to Eid, there will be too much crowd, and you decided to reach 1 hour earlier. So now 1 hour earlier, I came there. When you reach airport, you are happy to find out that you were right. In fact, airport was overcrowded. You bought a ticket from Airblue airline. So I got a ticket from Airblue, right? You have bought ticket with credit card of your friend. So I bought that ticket with a credit card of my friend. You find out that this airline has a rule. If you are not credit card holder, you cannot travel. So now there's a problem. Just to put in the context, there was a problem. You identify a problem. Now you don't want to have that problem in future. For sure, if I don't want to have a problem in the future, it will not be project management plan. If it's saying in other project, not in the same project. If the question was saying in the same project, if this can may happen, by the way, what will be the answer in that case? If the question says in the same project, this problem may happen, so what will be the answer for that? Put in the chat box. If the question said in the same project, this problem may happen. No, sir, no. If in the same project it may happen, then we would update risk register in the same project. We will have one question regarding that. In the same project, if something can happen again, we update the risk register. If in the next project happened, we update the lesson learned register. But in any case, whenever the question says the problem has happened, whenever the question says the problem has happened, we go for the issue log. Here the option C is the right answer. So this what I am working on the document that I will give you. Uh, So put in the chat box whenever the problem happen first is the what is the first step? The problem has happened. What is the first step? The problem has happened. What is the first step? Whenever the problem happen, the first step is to put it into the issue log. Okay. No, it's not tricky, Adnan. You need to slow down. But you have told if PMP. No, a project management plan is not updated now. There is no reason to update Aftab's project management plan. Why would I even update the project management plan? What is the purpose of updating here? That's not a reason at all. The like if something can happen in the future, that's a risk. Okay, so we will go there. A very important thing, when you have two right answers, one as a general answer and one specific, we will always go for a specific answer. So that's a issue log here. You are working in the IT project as a project manager. Team members are complaining that they are overloaded, and as a result, they are not able to deliver desired quality. They are not able to deliver overloaded. Whenever someone is overloaded and the complaints are coming, this issue is already highlighted. It's already highlighted. Hire more people as they. No, Adnan, we cannot hire directly. Okay, this is so we are only left with two options. As Adnan Saab is saying, Adnan Shahzad, that it looks like that it's a hiring people. We cannot directly hire people. That's not allowed at all. There's an entire process here. The whenever people are overloaded, I'm just giving you keywords here. People are overloaded. There are two things: resource optimization, that can be the answer, or use Kanban to smoothen the things. So do we have resource optimization here in the option? We don't have the resource optimization in the options. So we will go with the Kanban board to show where is the bottleneck. Adnan, identify the bottleneck and work into that way. Okay. D is the answer. What will you do to make the team can be transferred to Agile in next 2 years? Your team is moving from predictive projects to Agile. Your team has never done any project in Agile. They are not convinced. They are not convinced this will work or not. Many stakeholders have complained you that they do not think this will work. You have shown them this have worked in the previous organization. Now this is the one thing that we do. We show them in the previous organization that this thing has worked. They say that we don't care. Their story can be different. Okay, maybe our story is different. So what we will do? Nothing? No. Escalate? No. Keep doing? No. Yes, Aftab Saab, you are 100% right. In this case, we make minimum viable project. Something will show them that is working. They start working into that and then we build on that. C would be the right answer. So Tuckman ladder, that is called stages of team, moves in this way, right? The first is forming. Team is new. They are trying to understand each other. There are challenges, but they are kind of new team. Okay. Then they reach storming. Now storming, they start having conflict among each other. Okay. Then norming, then performing, then adjourning. We'll move it in this way: forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. So whenever a new team member come, it's like a new family member here. We go back to the previous stage, forming. Okay, whenever a new team member come, again another keywords. So what you said after thumb rule, I can make it a name. PMP tips of thumb rule, something like that. Maybe we can make that thing, but it will be forming. Let's go with that. Sathik, good to see you. Which document will reflect this? You were managing a large project when COVID hits on 15th March. Okay, so this is what I was explaining in the previous question. In the previous question, I was explaining you guys that if something happen, it's there and then it can work into that way. Okay, so COVID happened. Now, when the COVID happened, it became the issue. Everyone with me? When COVID happened, it was an issue. Okay, now after 3 years, you are back to business as usual. So 2020, we are in 2023. Okay, you want to document this may happen in future. It is in future, but in your project. In your project. Okay, so let's say my projects end in 2027. It can happen again here. Anything that may happen in my project, which document would update? Anything that may happen in my project, which document we update? Might happen, may happen, could happen. Which element we update? Yes, risk register. This is for future projects. This is for immediately problem. This is for overall thing. Does that make sense to you guys or no? Does that make sense to everybody or still confused? Please put in the chat box it's clear or not. I want to make sure that this problem is resolved forever. Said Khan, Aftab Malik, Faryal, Samia, Radha Krishna. Thank you, Radha Krishna. Already on. Everyone, all 34 people who are watching right now. I want to make sure this is clear to you. So difference between, okay, sure, I'll repeat one more time. So Banan is saying, what is the difference between risk register and issue log? Many people get confused with that. Risk register, issue log. Anything that may happen in future and you have a plan for it. Plan is very important, that you have a plan for it. Anything which has happened, like probability is 100% happened and no plan for it. Has happened and you don't have a plan for it is an issue. Clear? Put in the chat box. Is it clear to you? Please, the guy who asked. Thank you, Aisha KP. Is it clear now? My friend from Bangladesh? From Bangladesh, I have very less students. Yes, Banan. Yes. So if it's not mentioned anywhere, okay, you are managing the project where teams are distributed all over the world in different time zone. The problem is whenever there is a difficult in communication, you co-locate them. Straightforward. Fire, no, 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 yes. A option. So which document can guide you for this? You are the project manager for Saudi Arabia. Now Eid is coming, you want to make a plan for Eid holidays. You want to see which resources will be available during Eid. Project management plan will have that information. RASI, no. Resource management plan will have that information. But the most specific answer for this is resource calendar. This one. A. Acha, you are working during 4 days, client asks you that you want to add new requirement. Team is not agreeing to sprint, they don't want to change it. Okay, this is out. This is out from these option. It's not my job, it's product owner's job to accept or reject any requirement. We need to understand that this is not my job to accept or reject anything. Okay, so C would be the right answer here. Okay, so these were the 10 questions I wanted to solve